Hi, my love. Welcome back to Soothberry. And today is day 4 of our 10-day journey to attracting love. Today, we're diving into something that doesn't just influence your love life, it influences everything. It's your love for yourself and how that self-love translates outwardly as confidence. Because here's the deal. How you treat yourself sets the tone for how others treat you. A lot of people think confidence comes after you've earned it. After you look a certain way, after you've lost that weight, after you have muscle, after someone chooses you, after you hit a milestone. But real confidence, it's actually a decision. It's choosing every day to show up as someone who knows they are worthy, even before the world confirms it. And guess what? Confidence is the most attractive energy you can embody. Not arrogance, not perfection, but this quiet, steady, unshakable knowing that you are already enough. So what does confidence actually look like? And more importantly, how do you know if you're showing up confidently in your life? Well, let me ask you this. If you showed up to a meeting right now as the version of yourself who loves yourself fully and believes in yourself, what does that look like? Do you speak with certainty, including speaking up for what you want? Do you say no to things that don't align with yourself? Do you expect love instead of questioning if you deserve it? Do you try new things without being crippled of failing or appearing as silly or foolish? Like many of us as people pleasers, you're probably used to putting everyone else's needs ahead of your own. You want people to be happy, to like you, and to feel comfortable around you. But here's the catch. In trying so hard to keep the peace and avoid ruffling feathers, you might be dimming your own confidence. What this might look like in real life includes difficulty accepting compliments. Do you see yourself downplaying your achievements instead of just saying thank you? Sometimes we feel the need to turn the attention back on the compliment giver and praise them for something instead of just holding that compliment. It also might look like apologizing too much, sometimes even for things that aren't even your fault. It might look like convincing yourself to be okay with a situation when deep down you know you're not. So here's the hard truth. When you shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you're not only dimming your own light, you're teaching others that it's okay to overlook your needs, desires, and boundaries. And over time, that'll subconsciously chip away at your confidence. When your focus is on keeping everyone else happy, you're sending yourself a subtle but powerful message. Their needs are more important than mine. Over time, this belief seeps into your self-worth. You start to believe that your value comes from how much you do for others, not from who you are as a person. And guess what? This mindset is exhausting. You're constantly walking on eggshells, trying not to upset anyone, and that leaves very little room for you to actually be yourself. Confidence, on the other hand, thrives when you know you're worthy of love and respect, not because of what you do for others, but simply because you exist. Confidence is a quiet, steady belief in your own worth, a belief that says, I belong here, I'm good enough, I deserve good things. Much like the magnetic energy we talked about yesterday, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you practice, and that is what we're starting to do today. So what does a confident you look like? That person isn't someone who has to be in the spotlight. That person is someone who walks into any room with ease. They don't second guess if they're good enough to be there. They know they belong. Secondly, that person speaks with intention. Their words are clear and measured because they don't feel the need to overperform or seek approval. Thirdly, that person makes decisions aligned with their values. They say yes to things that matter to them and no to what doesn't serve them without guilt or apology. Next, that person holds eye contact. They're present in their interactions because they know their energy is worth sharing. And finally, that person is someone who embraces imperfection. A confident person doesn't crumble when they make a mistake. They acknowledge it, they learn, and they move on because they know one misstep doesn't define who they are. Maybe you don't feel like you're that person yet, and that's okay. You've probably been in situations where you felt like you had to shrink yourself. Maybe in past relationships you felt like being too much was a risk, or maybe you've internalized rejection and let it chip away at your worth. But let me tell you something. You don't need anyone's permission to take up space. We said earlier that confidence is a decision, so today, decide you are a confident person. With that being said, here are 5 ways to build your confidence in practical, actionable ways. So let's start with number 1, and this first one is going to be a tough one, but a game changer, I promise you. And that is to give yourself permission to be disliked. Oof. Not everyone has to like you. In fact, you can take solace in knowing that some of the most amazing people in your life who inspire you and that you admire most likely have people who dislike them. Your worth is not measured by universal approval. Confidence means trusting that the right people will love you and respect you for who you are, not for how well you cater to their needs. Remember, if you are pleasing everyone, you're likely not honoring yourself. Number 2. Hold your ground. Confidence is about having a strong sense of self. This means speaking up in a meeting, saying thank you when someone compliments you instead of brushing it off. Practice saying no when something doesn't align with your values. And every time you do any of these things, take notice and mentally applaud yourself for being brave. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your wins, no matter how small, so celebrate when you do. Number 3, challenge your negative self-talk. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't do this, replace it with, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm doing my best. You don't need to lie to yourself, just choose a kinder perspective, one that champions growth and movement instead of debilitation. Number 4, focus on posture and body language. Studies show that how you carry your body can not only influence how others see you, but how you feel about yourself. Stand tall, power pose, shoulders back, chin up. Even if you don't feel confident, practice looking confident. It'll automatically shift your mindset. Next time before entering a room, I want you to take your arms and swing them back, puff out your chest, and just smile for 3 seconds, and then relax. Your whole energy will shift. And number 5, do things that make you feel good. What I want you to do today is start curating a pump-up playlist for yourself. Throw in a list of songs that make you feel on top of the world, and it will be your confidence anthem. Then, put on an outfit that makes you feel like $1,000,000 and dance in the mirror shamelessly for even just 5 minutes. Notice how every cell of your body will light up in your own energy. Confidence thrives when you prioritize feeling good in your own skin. So make that a daily practice. I want you to know that being confident is a self-loving practice, and at times it may feel selfish, but it's actually not. In fact, it can be the most giving thing. Imagine how you feel when you're with someone who's genuinely happy in their own skin. They probably make you feel safe, inspired, and energized. That's because confident energy isn't about domination. It's about stability. It's about knowing who you are and holding space for others to show up as their best selves too. So to carry some confident energy for the rest of your day, here are your affirmations. As usual, I will say them out loud and leave a pause for you to repeat them right after. So let's get started. I am worthy of love just as I am. I show up for myself with strength and respect. Confidence flows through me like a light. I attract people who celebrate me for who I am. I carry myself tall and choose to take up space unapologetically. Not everyone has to love me. I love myself. All right, loves, remember that confidence is a muscle that can be built. Commit to it because confidence grows every time you show up as your best self. And the more confident you are, the more abundance will come your way. because love flows most easily to those who already love themselves enough to show up fully. And that's what you're practicing today. Join me back here tomorrow for day 5, where we will rewrite any limiting beliefs we have about relationships. See you then.